night we have on Saturday. Like, what a great night we have coming up in 2 weeks. A lot to look forward to. A lot of good fights on this fight night. We're going to start, though, the card right at the beginning with Brenden Allen versus Chris Curtis. Now, Chris Curtis, you know, he just fought. He just fought, what, like last week or 2 weeks ago? How soon was it?
Last week. Yeah, he was on the last fight card right now.
That's crazy. So now he's back last minute. Brenden Allen, he had two different opponents, right? It was Brad Tavares first. He pulled out. And then who was the other guy? Roman Disease?
Something like that. They both pulled out. And it's crazy because he was about to fight, like you said, Brad Tavares, who's the guy from Extreme Couture here in Vegas. And he gets substituted right in with another Extreme Couture guy and Chris Curtis. This is going to be a really good fight, man. Brenden Allen, though, it almost seems like that's like the kind of fights he's going to get because he just came off one of my favorite prospects of the year in Punahele Soriano. And he surprised me. He won that fight pretty like single-handedly. And now he's going to turn right back around and get Chris Curtis. I'm excited for this one, man. How do you see this one playing out, in your opinion?
All right. Well, let's start with Chris Curtis, man. I think that he's gonna try and repeat last time's formula, right?
He's coming off that nice upset against Phil Haas, cashing in with that. I think it was like a left hook. Walked right into it and just got the job done. He was a huge underdog, and then that high steam can either work in his favor or against his favor. I'm not sure. I think it might work more in his favor. I think that's going to give him some juice. The thing about him is that he likes to pick you apart against the cage. He's got a pretty good chin. But I noticed he kind of gives one to take one. Like, he'll throw one and then he'll get hit. Brenden Allen's coming off of a 4-fight win streak. Good last fight. In which he showed a lot of improvements in his boxing. Because when he got knocked out by Sean Strickland, you can see in that fight, dude, he was just right in front of him and just getting beep, 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 banged up the entire time. But then when you look at his last fight with Punahele, he was actually moving his head more, right? He was doing more head movement. He was throwing combinations, not just one shot after another. I have Brenden Allen winning by decision as of right now. I think he's going to be the more active fighter. I think he's going to put good combinations down. And I don't think Chris Curtis is going to have much of an answer for him.
And I think you honestly summed up what I was going to say. So, I mean, strength of schedule to me is a big thing. So if you look at Brenden Allen from 2019, he has a submission win over Kevin Holland. And then he gets into that fight that you just mentioned against Sean Strickland, gets a KO loss. But since then, man, he's been putting on quite a performance. He fought Tom Breeze, Kyle Draukis, and then in 2021, put a string of good fights together in Carl Robinson, and then just recently now Punahele Soriano. And the things that he was, struggling with in that Sean Strickland fight, bringing that singular approach in the striking department, keeping his head like just on that straight line, getting pieced up. He's fixed all that, man. He brings those heavy leg kicks. He really improved his striking quite a bit, and it seems like he's stringing things together now at this point. I think this is a tall task for Chris Curtis. I think he's gonna make it a good fight, good competitive fight, but I think Brenden Allen's gonna be able to pull this one off. I don't see it being a finish here. I see it going the distance, like 3 rounds, but I see it leaning, 2 rounds. I think Chris can maybe steal a round, but I think Brenden Allen's gonna take 2 rounds to 1, 3-0, something around there.
Like, if Chris Curtis was to win, what would be the way that he would do it?
For me, Chris Curtis has to take the fight to him, man. Chris, he can't bring that lackadaisical approach where he tries to, beat him off timing. It has to be pressure. You got to put the pressure on him. You got to take away the leg kicks. You got to go forward the entire time. Get him on the cage, rough him up a bit.
Attack that body.
Chris has heavy hands too, man. Chris can definitely put the hands on him, but he's gonna have to open that up with the striking, get him a little gas, and then once he's tired, his hands are gonna be as high up, and then that's when he can really utilize. So I feel like that's Chris Curtis's path to victory, just really utilizing the aggressive approach. But it's easier said than done come fight night, right? And he's one of those surging prospects, dude. He's one of those guys that is gonna, I believe, will go pretty far. So it's a tough fight for Chris Curtis. He's a tough guy, but I don't know. He's gonna have to do a lot more to pull off a win than he did against Phil Haas, in my opinion.